why people love, and you and I have talked about this as well, but let's go down this street if you will. Part of the reason why people love artists like Rihanna and like Madonna, my theory at least, so much. They love them so much. I love her so much. I love Rihanna so much because she is dedicated to evolution. She is dedicated to renewing her look. You know, even within a fucking song, she might not even give you, even within a video. Rihanna may not give you, because we've all been calling her Rihanna for the longest time, and that is not her name. Rihanna may not give you the same look even in one music video. And we love her for it. We love that she can give you, you know, Butch Queen Chic. She can give you sexy Siren Vixen. She can give you like Asian doll. Like she can give you everything, right? We love a versatile girl. Gentlemen, and some of you gentle whores too, don't tell me that our favorite is not a versatile whore. We love versatility. We love it. We love it in the bedroom. We love it. Oh, excuse me. We love it in our look. And we love it in our political system. But alas, America is stuck being that uncle in 2020 who still dresses like he is going to Times Square to cheer on Carson Daly outside of TRL. Yeah, it's embarrassing. America should be embarrassed for relying on a suit to fit that wasn't made for your body, bitch. This political system wasn't made for us box body bitches. Yeah, no. Okay, we don't want it. Anyways, so Tyra's holding one picture in her hand, and we all saw who the winner was. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are now the president and vice president elect and named our 46th duo for the United States. Kamala Harris becomes our first African-American vice president and our first female vice president. I have no doubt in my mind that Kamala will go on to be the first president, whether that is because Uncle Joe or, I don't want to say it. I'm not going to say it. You could think we're thinking it, okay? In the unghastly occurrence of some sort of demise to Uncle Joe, you know, I think Kamala, by the hook or the crook, I think Kamala will be president. But I think what is interesting is that I don't think that 45 is going to go peacefully. You know, one of the things that we haven't talked about, or at least I haven't during the whole chaos of what this election has been, and what this week has been, is I will say that I never once, my mom pointed out to me, or my aunt actually pointed out to me, that it was really interesting to see that Joe never once flailed, you know? Like he always presented this demeanor of like, listen, y'all, if we win, we win. It'll be fine. I don't think that we're not going to win. I think we got it in the bag. You know, let's just wait for everything to fall where they must. And, you know, we got this. Like everyone just chill, y'all. We don't need to be anxious. We don't need to be like weird about it. I got this. You know, it is such an amazing feeling when you know that you know, to be covered, you know, I mean, honestly, for many of you washed and sanctified saints, you may not know this feeling, but if you ever driven around with no insurance, isn't it like just an anxiety-filled feeling? Driving around with no insurance gives me great anxiety. Now, I'm not doing it now, but I can understand. I know how that feels. There's a difference. When you drive around with insurance, you might still be careful, but you know that you're covered, and that is how I think of my faith. Like, I've gone out there without coverage, and it makes me, and are we doing the pull up right now? Cause this is a word, but, I've gone out there without coverage before. Spiritual coverage, so to speak. And it's an anxiety filled feeling. Like, I feel like even this week, I felt like one of the girls standing behind the one girl that's possibly going to be, like, if you ever watched America's Next Top Model, right? And Tyra would give all the girls their pictures, and the ones that had it in the bag, you go stand on the side and you stand there and you watch all the bitches that may not have it in the bag, and you like, oh shit, girl, I hope my girl make it. I hope my girl make it. Like, oh girl, like, oh, I hope she holding your picture, bitch. Okay. It's anxiety on that side too. I felt like that watching this week's occurrence. I felt like, damn, I hope she's holding the right picture. I hope America is holding the right picture. And let's talk about some of these exit polls. But standing on the side, hoping that America is holding the right fucking picture gave me a lot of anxiety. And I felt like I had lost faith in that moment. I felt uncovered in a lot of respects this week because I was filled with so much anxiety. Like, I was worried that things weren't going to work out. And that's really what causes a lot of stress for a lot of us, is that we lose that moment in faith where that you're covered. You're covered, so you don't got nothing to worry about. And in those situations, in most situations, in all situations, I don't know about you, but I'm covered, but I think I just get anxiety because I'm so used to, kind of puppeteering everything in my life that sometimes when you have to rely on your faith and it's a muscle that you don't exercise enough, it gives you anxiety. So there I was this week, standing on the sideline, hoping America would do the right thing. And then I see these exit poll numbers. More white women voted for him. More gays voted for him. More black men voted for him. More black women voted for him. More Latinos voted for him. And I'm at the point where I don't know what to believe, because I was in New York City last night and it was a party in the USA, bitch. The whites were stomping down the street singing "Ding Dong, the Witch is Dead." Okay? And girl, if more than 50% of white women voted for Trump, that means that if you're walking down the street and you walk past two white women, one of those hoes voted for Trump. One of them, oh God, child. In the words of Katrina Laverne Taylor, light the blunt. Cause this, oh my God, y'all. If you were walking down the street and you encounter two white women, the chances are one of them voted for him. Now, the chances are both of them are saying fuck Trump. But, my thing is, once you go in that booth, it's between you and God. It really isn't between you and anybody else. You can say whatever you want to say on the outside in front of man, but when you close that curtain behind you, it's just you and God. It's like confessional, which isn't that funny? For America to be so agnostic in her performance, she sure is rooted in a lot of religion in her politics. I don't think it's a coincidence that the voting process is like confessional. You go in, you close the door behind you, it's just you, honey. So, to me, what that means is that there is people out here who are the ops who are saying that they don't like the Trump bullshit, but they are definitely heavily bought into it. I don't know. Crazy to me. All right, so let's get into some messy shit. Let's talk about all of the people that are we canceling Polo the Don, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, and anybody else who outwardly supported Trump? Now, listen, I believe in everyone's right to, choose who you want to politically. I don't believe that I think that it is stupid to say that the Democrats and the Republicans have equally done nothing for the African American community. That is not true. However, I will say that both have failed us. It's like having two different exes. They're both toxic, but one was maybe perhaps a little bit less, So get into it. So I say all that to say that, I'm not sure what the answer is as far as canceling some of those people, but I do feel like, Lil Wayne, I don't want to hear shit from him. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear shit from him. Because, I'm sorry. I'm bothered. You know why I'm bothered most by Lil Wayne? Because he was locked up at Rikers for quite some time. He had an incident here in New York City, and he did some time at Rikers. Allegedly that's what we were told, whatever. Okay, fine. Right? You are someone who has spent time, behind bars on some really crazy shit. You were probably wrong. You had a gun, drugs, whatever. You are dressed up like, some cartoon character cheesing with a styrofoam cup, taking pictures with a man who, even if he hasn't specifically wronged you, we've got to kind of get with the fact that he's done some really wild shit, y'all. He said some really wild shit, and it's not just, he is a symptom and not the disease. The disease is this kind of visceralness that we have in this country. And I could go on and on, but, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Polo the Don, Ice Cube. I don't know. Y'all. I don't know. Those aren't the niggas that I'm looking to. To me, if our president was going to be serious and be serious about what his alignment with us, I don't expect him to go to a rapper or a producer. I expect him to go to someone, Tamika Mallory or somebody like that. D-Ray. I expect him to go to people who have been immersed in our cultural, political, socio-political goings-ons and knows what exactly we need and doesn't need to make it rhyme. Not to say that some of these guys aren't geniuses. 2 Chainz, I think, is a really amazingly smart man and has great opinions, regarding culture, not just pop culture, but political culture. He's a smart guy. But there are some guys that I'm just not beat to get their opinion on what's going on. I'm not beat. But I tell you who is, though. Dr. Dre's wife is really, or estranged ex-wife is really going to town with this divorce, honey. The divorce saga continues between Dr. Dre and his estranged wife, Nicole Young. Now, Nicole keeps bringing forth new information we did not talk about this last week because we didn't meet. Don't be nasty. But So we didn't meet. So we didn't get into the fact that, she